してるより愛してることを
Well, hello there. Ma Terry here, and today we're going to talk about something serious. And it's happening to my girlfriend. It happened to me. I'm sure it's happening to a lot of my viewers. And, a lot of people are scared about moving into a vehicle. And I'm here to tell you don't be scared. There's so much information out there, and I hope to impart some knowledge on to you. So let's talk about my girlfriend. We've done a lot of camping together in the past. She's a beautiful woman. She's 73 years old. I absolutely love her. And but what happened is she lives in a fifth wheel in a campground, not a campground, mobile home park. And unfortunately, she did not buy the land below her space. So this landlord looked around and said, "Hey, you know what? Everybody's space is doubling. Why don't I double her space?" So it went from about 350 to over $700 a month. And, to a lot of people, you're all going, well, that's cheap. That's cheap. All right. When you're 73 years old, and you can do this if you want, but going back to college and becoming a doctor just isn't practical. There's not a lot we can do to raise income. We're stuck in whatever we're stuck in, and she's on Social Security disability, and that's a huge chunk of money. So, how does she make ends meet? All right, so she works part time for a doctor's office. That's 2 days a week, maybe 4 hours. So maybe if she's lucky, that's an extra $100 a month. $400 a month, and then she pet sits. And I keep telling her she needs to raise her rates. She will actually go to your house and sit and watch your dog and only charge $10 per dog. And it's like, no, 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 my friend. And then she's giving dogs medicine. It's like, you have to charge more. All right, so she lives in a fifth wheel. And this is one of the fears is as you get older, living on the streets, it's not hard, but people worry about it being more difficult than living in a house. And here's the thing, her fifth wheel is constant maintenance inside and out. She's always doing the leaves. Things are always breaking. And so my minivan, I just drive it over to Toyota and say, please fix my home. I have it that simple. Of course, I'm lucky. I never tell people how I originally got the money for the minivan. Is years ago, I had no money at all, and I went through a divorce with my husband, and it was my attorney that actually got me a judgment, and they kept that in a special needs fund for me until I was mature enough to handle my money, and I didn't want it until I was ready to purchase my vehicle, and I purchased the VW bus, which was a wise decision. That's how come I can afford my minivan. But it was my judgment. So let's talk about my friend. And no, I'm not naming names. She's trusted me with this personal information. Now then, she lives in her mobile fifth wheel 6 months out of the year. Why? Because where she lives during the summer, it's like 110 degrees. So her air conditioner can't keep up with it. It's hot. It's sweltering in there. So she's gone for about 3 or 4 months during the summer. Then she visits people in Arizona. She visits people up in Idaho. She goes all over the place. So truthfully, I look at it this way. She's only there 6 months a year. It's not really $700 a month. It's actually $1,400 a month for the value you're getting out of it. So what would I do? The fifth wheel's falling apart. And it is worth something. I would sell the fifth wheel and move into a vehicle. And I know that's hard for a lot of you to say that. And I have a great time living in my vehicle, but I meet so many 70-year-olds. I met an 85-year-old rocking this lifestyle. And you know what? The first year is the hardest. There's a huge learning curve to this. There was a huge learning curve for me stealth camping. And in past videos, I tell you how I learned how to stealth camp. But I know, like my little apartment, it went from 900 to 1,400 to 2,000. Now, for the same amount of space, a 900 square foot, one bedroom apartment in Redlands with your own big patio is 2,400 and change a month. Well, in 1 year it went from 2,000 to 2,400 a month. That's another $400. And keeping up with inflation, gasoline keeps going up. Food, if you can find it, keeps going up. Restaurants a burrito would be $10 one day and $15 the next. Of course, that's 8%. We all know that. So I may not know much, but I can look at the past and see things keep jumping. Things keep jumping. What are you going to do? Take on a third job? This is no way to be retired. All right. So back to I have a lot of friends that I camp with, a lot of people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And after the first year, they love this lifestyle. They absolutely love this lifestyle. So what are you going to do with all those treasures in your fifth wheel? I know you've raised a couple of kids and everything, and these are important to you. Trust me, these are not important to my kid. I tried to give some of the treasures to my son, and he won perfect attendance, a pencil, and he's like, I don't want that, Mom. It doesn't have special memories for him. It has special memories for you. Rent a 5x5 storage unit for $50 a month. With the money, she pays $700 month rent and utilities, which are $150 to $200 a month. Use that money, buy yourself a good vehicle. You can buy a really nice vehicle, sell the fifth wheel. And we'll talk more about the aging process and living in a vehicle as we go along. I know this wonderful place that the Escapees does. It's when you're done, you can't camp anymore. It's a care facility for you. So we'll get into that more. But okay, so the first year is the hardest. Join my friends at the RTR next year. Get into the swing of things. Sell your stuff or put some stuff in storage. Sell that fifth wheel. It's a bunch of crap anyhow. I know you love it. I love it too. But the truth is it's falling down. But, the most important thing you're going to learn, like if you come to the RTR, is you're going to make so many friends. And you're actually going to see people like you and me. And we're out there doing it. We're rocking this lifestyle. And there's so many free places to camp all over the country. You're going to have fun, adventure, and extremely cheap living. It's just so hard to give this advice. People are so terrified about it. And like I said, there's nothing to be afraid of. There really isn't. Very rarely do I hear a story of people getting disturbed, and usually it's in a big city. People bother them. So I do love my life on wheels, and I'll be honest with you, Mr. Louis loves. Mr. Louis knows that if we ever broke up, I'd only be too happy to go right back in my van. In fact, I'm looking forward to my mad escapades this summer. It's a great life. It's such a simple life. Oh my God. Sitting around the campfire, singing with people, exploring new places. I have a couple of caverns that I can't wait to explore this summer. And I'm really thinking about, I think it's Leilani, Murfreesboro, Arkansas. I think she wants to dig for diamonds, and meeting up with Andrea. That'll be so much fun. It will be. So I'm planning this trip of a lifetime. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and I'm doing it for less than you're spending for your fifth wheel. Well, not that much less, And yes, I know my van is paid off, and yes, I'm lucky that I had a nice little settlement there. But all I know is when you hold on to things and you keep holding on to things, you can't receive anything, can you? See? How can you receive when your hands are like this? So maybe it's time to let go. Maybe it's time, watch the YouTubers. Most of them, 95% of them, like I said, after the first year, it's a wonderful life. Well, I hope you join me. I really do. I can't wait to meet you. I'm talking to my viewers now, if you're in the same situation. Like I said, a lot of the stuff we hold on to, it's so worthless. Nobody wants it. Anyhow, let me know what you're going to choose. But we're there for you. The whole camping community is there for you. And I will see you down the road.
伝える言葉がないのはきっと言葉に変えられ